Something unusual began surfacing online just a few days ago. A brief teaser clip quietly appeared and, almost instantly, it sparked curiosity across the drone community. The footage showed a sweeping perspective that seemed capable of capturing everything around it in a single view, and that alone was enough to set the internet buzzing. Before we go any further, drop a comment below and tell me what you think this mysterious drone might be. I'm curious to hear your predictions. As speculation spread, people started debating what this device could be, but one question kept surfacing alongside the excitement. How expensive would something like this actually be? Some viewers even wondered if it might end up being one of the most costly consumer drones ever released. Not long after that first teaser stirred the conversation, another video followed and finally lifted the curtain on the name, the DJI Avata 360. With the mystery of the name revealed, the message became clearer. The company paired the announcement with a bold tagline, "Above it all, see it all." According to early reports in the teaser itself, the drone is being positioned as an 8K flagship 360-degree aerial camera. If the leaks turn out to be accurate, it will be capable of recording full spherical footage in 8K resolution. Of course, lower recording modes are expected as well, which will help creators manage file sizes or extend recording time. Even the concept of that feature alone could reshape how aerial filming works. Normally, drone pilots have to constantly think about framing while flying, carefully pointing the camera at the right moment. But with a full 360-degree capture system, the drone records everything around it. That means creators can simply focus on flying first, then decide the exact shot later during editing. In practical terms, you capture the entire environment and choose the perfect angle afterward. For storytellers and content creators, that level of flexibility opens up an entirely new creative workflow. Another interesting rumor suggests the camera might not be limited strictly to spherical recording. Instead, users may be able to switch between full 360 capture and a traditional forward-facing camera mode. If true, that would allow the drone to function both as an immersive 360 camera and as a more conventional FPV filming drone. This dual-purpose design can make it appealing to a much broader range of creators. Inside the system, it's expected to include DJI's latest O4 video transmission technology, which should offer stronger signal reliability and clearer live video feeds. Some leaks even hint at possible 4G backup connectivity, adding another layer of signal stability in challenging environments. On the safety side, upgraded obstacle detection is rumored as well, possibly including LiDAR along with multiple sensors designed to help the drone recognize objects more accurately during flight. Compatibility also appears to be a major focus. Reports suggest the drone will work with goggles N3 for a fully immersive FPV flying experience. It may also support the RC Motion 3 controller, allowing pilots to steer the drone using motion-based gestures rather than traditional sticks. For those who still prefer the classic remote setup, the RC2 controller is also expected to be supported. But after all the speculation about features and technology, the question that has been hovering since the very first teaser remains the same: the price. Official numbers haven't been confirmed yet, but leaked listings shared by drone insider Jasper Ellens indicate the base model could start around €459. A Fly More combo, including the RC2 controller, has appeared in listings at roughly €939, while a Motion combo package that includes RC Motion 3 and goggles N3 is reportedly priced around the same level. A higher-end bundle featuring both goggles N3 and the RC2 controller could reach about €1,159. Additional accessories have also surfaced in leaks, including an intelligent flight battery priced near €79, a replacement lens kit around €21, and spare propellers for roughly €9. If those figures turn out to be accurate, the Avata 360 could end up becoming one of the most accessible ways for creators to step into the world of 360-degree aerial filmmaking. The official launch is already scheduled for March 26, and reports suggest another teaser could arrive on March 12th that might finally reveal a clearer look at the drone itself. As that date approaches, more leaks and details will almost certainly continue to appear. But at the heart of it all is the same tension that began with the very first teaser. A mysterious new drone, a completely different way of capturing the sky, and a price point that could ultimately decide whether this ambitious idea becomes the next big leap in aerial content creation. Meanwhile, another leak has started drawing attention, this time involving DJI's upcoming compact camera. A newly surfaced front-facing image of the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 Pro has provided one of the clearest previews yet of the device's design. The photo was shared by well-known DJI insider Igor Bogdanov and clearly reveals the camera's dual-lens module on the front. Although several leaks have appeared over the last 2 months, this image stands out because of how detailed and sharp it is. It confirms that the Pocket 4 Pro will feature a noticeably different design compared to what many earlier rumors suggested. The dual camera layout is now unmistakable. The upper lens appears to function as a telephoto camera, while the lower module looks to be a wide-angle lens. This configuration is quite different from what many people initially expected. Earlier speculation hinted that it might resemble the gimbal system seen on DJI's Air Series drones, but the new leak suggests otherwise. It also doesn't match the dual camera approach rumored for the upcoming Insta360 Luna. Instead, DJI seems to be pursuing its own direction with a vertically stacked, compact lens system. Interestingly, this design isn't completely new to observers. On February 5, 2026, an earlier leak image hinted at a similar layout, but that photo was far less clear. Now, with improved image clarity and AI-enhanced sharpening, the latest leak provides a much more convincing look at what could be very close to the final production design. The image even shows the Pocket 4 Pro placed beside what appears to be the standard version of the camera, both expected to debut on March 26. For scale comparison, the two devices are positioned between smartphones that appear to be iPhone 17 Pro models. Even with the addition of the dual lens system, the Pocket 4 Pro still looks remarkably compact and portable. From what can be seen in the image, the upper lens seems dedicated to telephoto zoom, while the lower lens handles wide-angle capture. This configuration could allow for optical zoom in the range of 2 to 4 times. Optical zoom is a significant upgrade because it preserves image quality when zooming, unlike digital zoom, which simply crops the image. If implemented as rumored, it could address one of the biggest limitations of previous pocket cameras, which struggled with meaningful zoom capabilities. Leak specifications suggest the Pocket 4 Pro could include a dual CMOS sensor setup featuring a 50-megapixel primary sensor alongside a secondary telephoto or ultra-wide lens. Video performance is also expected to be impressive. Reports indicate the camera may support 6K recording at up to 60 frames per second, as well as 4K recording at up to 240 frames per second for high-quality slow-motion footage. There are also rumors of support for 10-bit D-Log-M color profiles, giving creators far more flexibility when color grading their videos during post-production. Beyond imaging performance, the camera is expected to include a 3-axis mechanical gimbal paired with ActiveTrack 7.0 AI tracking. This system could allow more reliable subject tracking, even when multiple subjects appear in the frame. Features like multi-subject locking could make filming significantly easier for vloggers and solo creators. Additional rumored upgrades include a larger rotating touchscreen, voice and gesture control options, and even a dedicated zoom dial to make adjustments faster while filming. Altogether, these changes suggest DJI is aiming to make the device more intuitive and creator-focused than ever before. Now shifting to another DJI product making headlines, the DJI Neo2. While the drone introduces several impressive upgrades, there are also a few realities that potential buyers should understand before making a purchase. DJI advertises up to 19 minutes of flight time, but that figure doesn't always reflect real-world conditions. In practical use, especially when dealing with wind, fast movements, or aggressive stick inputs, flight time typically drops closer to around 11 to 12 minutes. Expecting the full 19 minutes can easily lead to disappointment if you're not aware of how those numbers are measured. Because of that shorter real-world performance, most users will likely need extra batteries to maintain comfortable shooting sessions. Some pilots may even look into aftermarket battery options to extend their usable flight time. Frequent battery swaps also mean more landings and relaunches, which changes the rhythm of flying compared to larger drones designed for longer missions. Another detail many new users might overlook is that each individual battery requires its own firmware update before flying. Skipping this step can sometimes cause recognition issues or inconsistent performance during operation. The base model relies primarily on a Wi-Fi connection with your smartphone, unless you purchase the optional digital link module. Without that add-on, the drone's transmission range is limited compared to higher-tier models. The digital link module also enables compatibility with the RC2 controller and FPV goggles, but comes at an additional cost. That means a full experience may require more investment than the base price initially suggests. Obstacle detection is another area where expectations should be realistic. The system mainly focuses on forward-facing sensing rather than full 360-degree protection. Pilots still need to remain fully aware of their surroundings, especially when flying in environments with heavy shadows or reflective surfaces like glass. Tracking performance is quite strong considering the drone size, but it isn't flawless. Very fast or complex subject movements can occasionally cause the tracking system to lose its target. Gesture controls are available, but they may feel awkward at first. Many users report that the system requires multiple sessions of practice before it starts to feel reliable. It's not something that instantly becomes second nature to the first time you try it, for those upgrading from the original Neo. However, the improvements are significant. On the other hand, if someone purchases the first version late in its life cycle, the gap in capability between generations could lead to some regret, since the newer model clearly advances the platform. Propeller guards are another consideration. They can be extremely useful for indoor flights or tight environments, but they slightly reduce efficiency and performance outdoors. Some pilots choose to remove them when flying outside to maintain better responsiveness. Of course, doing so increases risk in confined areas. And finally, if anyone expects a Neo2 to completely replace larger drones like those in DJI's Mini, Air, or Mavic lineups, it's important to reset that expectation. The Neo2 isn't built for long cinematic flights or professional long-range shooting missions. While its wind resistance is impressive for such a compact drone, it still cannot match the stability and endurance of larger aircraft. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.